Welcome to the Real Agents of Change, where we just love to celebrate and acknowledge those people in the world who are really walking their walk and taking action and being the change that they want to be in the world. And today we're talking with Debbie Mann. Debbie is part of a group called the Giving Group, Realty, part of Keller Williams, and there's a whole group of folks there. They give a piece of their commission from every closing, and I reached out to them personally, and now they're part of our tribe. And I just want to introduce you, Debbie. Share with our audience a little bit about you and what makes you a real agent of change.
Well, I was in the senior communities and a giver because I spent about 7 years of my life working with and caring for close family members. So when I became a real estate agent, it was just a natural bent for me to want to work with seniors. And I found out there was a certification for becoming a seniors real estate specialist. So that's what I wanted to do. And I met all these wonderful people in the processes of doing that, and was able to significantly help seniors that needed to sell their homes for various reasons. It could be the loss of a family member. It could be just wanting to downsize, and they may need to get the home sold. So it became just let's call it a labor of love. It's not always the easiest thing to do, and it's not always the easiest place to do it, and it is certainly not the quickest real estate turnaround that you're going to get. And so all the people in this community that I work with here in Clark County were so great at serving seniors. As well as I began to network and be around those kind of people, I made a lot of really close other folks that do the same thing, whether I'm helping them to sell their home or to stay in their home and live longer in their home safely. I get to do that, and that's just a privilege that I think I'm honoring the people that went before me, that helped me learn how to be a caregiver. Because when you're caring for somebody who's working through the dying process, you learn how to be a caregiver. You learn how to give from the heart. And so I want to honor them.
Well, as you know, I just went through the caregiving process with my mother in hospice, which really makes me feel even that much more connected to the groups that you work with. So tell us a little bit about the groups that you do like to support in your marketplace.
Yes, well, I'm a member of Friends of Hospice. Friends of Hospice is a local fundraising organization that raises money for hospice and palliative care in Southwest Washington. And it's a group of, there's about 50 or more people. About 50 of them are active in the real fundraising part of it. And we have a commitment to give hospice organizations certain thousands of dollars every month, and we're always able to do that. And those are the people that are going out and caring for loved ones in difficult situations. And they really, I'm sure you know, they really give, and it's not always easy. And there's even everything they have to work through, whether it's family dynamics and different belief systems of people, or whether it's even the system that gets in the way of a little bit of what you know you need to do or what you can do. It's just very difficult for them. So anything I can do to help raise money with the Friends of Hospice ladies, I just love it. I say ladies, but there's not all ladies in there. And they're so giving, and they have so many events going on all the time. So I just love working with them. And I also work with Communities in Motion, or Community in Motion. It used to be Human Services Council, and they help those folks that are shut in their homes to find a way to get out to get groceries, to go to their doctor's appointments. They'll even help them go to work if that's what it needs. So if they can't do it themselves, they have a volunteer division, and then they have some other divisions in there. If they can't do it themselves, they'll find somebody and hire somebody out to bring it to the people that need it. And COVID, it became especially important because they were taking food and medicine to people.
There are so many wonderful nonprofits. The more I do this, the more I get introduced to so many of them. There's 1.3 million nonprofits, and I swear more are being created every day. And at $550,000 being the average donation when it comes to real estate, I can see why this is a natural partnership for you and your group. So What do you think those nonprofits that you're referring to, what would they do with the $550,000 donation? You sit in on their fundraising committees. What could they do with that kind of money?
Well, besides faint and get excited and jump up and down, they could just help a lot of more people in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's a journey not just with elderly, it's a journey with children as well. They've had family members that have been in hospice, parents, grandparents that have passed away, and sometimes it's the children that need that kind of emotional support. And they could reach out to those families as well, give back to them, and they can be blown away with what they could do with all that money.
You know, it just reminds me of how interconnected we all are. I've been meeting a lot of children nonprofits. I'm here in the Tampa St. Pete area, and so many children's groups. And as you just mentioned, it goes from hospice to now, giving therapy and things to children who've gone through that. So, and then there's animals, right? When the elderly pass away, now there's animals that need to go into care, and just so many that we can help together. And we as a group, the Real Agents of Change, have a goal of giving $1 billion a year to nonprofits. And we can't do that in a vacuum. We need wonderful people like yourself to help with that. So you mentioned something about your marketplace being Southwest Washington. Tell us a little bit about where you do business and who all you like to do business with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm called the local Vancouverite realtor here in Southwest Washington, and I call myself that because this community, I grew up with this community, and working in local businesses in the community. I worked in the restaurant business for several years with people who actually were around when Vancouver got started. From the creamery company that was delivering butter and dairy products out to different people, to creating a sit-down restaurant. I worked with the people that decided, like, how is Vancouver going to look? Where should we place this? Should we have a monument here? What should it look like? What's the feel that we want to have of our community? And they created a feel that carries on today. And that's extremely special to me, to be a part of this community. One thing I've seen that blows me away every time is the amount of care that's out there for people in this community that they can avail themselves, because they really do care for those that are elderly, those that need help in any capacity. And that's just a tradition they've always done. One of our kind of founders here in Vancouver, very philanthropic, worked in the restaurant business, and he could donate a park to a school so that their handicapped children could go out and play. And then later on, he put a cover on the park because he saw, wait, it's wintertime and those kids are getting rained on, so I'm going to put a cover out there. If he thought somebody needed it, let's say you couldn't drive because of physical disabilities, he could go out and have a van designed for somebody that he felt was deserving, because that's just who he was. And that kind of tradition that I see in Vancouver, I'm always amazed by the way it keeps going. To some of those people are still around, so they have instilled those values in others that have looked to them and been amazed by them and wanted to follow their example.
Well, you are a commercial for Vancouver. Sounds like we all should live there. That's awesome that you've been a part of it for so long and just really entrenched in the history of it. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us something, Debbie, about you that's something that doesn't have to do with your work or where you're from, just so we get to know you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually have my mother, and she's very important. People hear me talk about my mom all the time, like, Debbie loves her mom. Well, she's a very important person in my life. And one of the things, she is from Denmark, and she was in Denmark during the occupation of the Germans during the war. And so she has stories and different things to tell, and I like to pass down those traditions to my family members as well. They hear firsthand about sights and smells and things that went on during that time, and and I hope they become touched by it and remember that it was a thing, and our country wasn't so easily just free. People had to fight for that, and it's real, and it's not just something that people made up, kind of thing. So I love my Danish heritage, and I love having a mom that is willing to tell those stories and even go around and do a little bit of speaking. I've got a cousin that has come to the senior center and spoke about when her father came home. Her father went to a concentration camp for helping Jews escape, and she's come and told stories to them about that, and I just think that's really beautiful.
I can certainly see why you are with the giving group and why Tisha Perry and all the others are so honored to have you in the group, and of course us at the Real Agents of Change. What is the last little something that you would like the nonprofits in your area to know about charitable gifting of real estate and how it can help them?
That it's real and it's happening, and it's not difficult. It's not scary. There are processes that are done, and that we are on the up and up. This group has been vetted. The Real Agents of Change has been vetted. Realty Gift Fund that takes on the responsibility of all those legalities and stuff that we do, they've been vetted. They give a significant amount to the charitable organizations rather than to themselves, and that's super important. So I just want them to know that it's easy and it's okay. It's authentic, it's real, it's given from the heart, and yes, there is a payoff at the end of it, and houses do need to be liquidated in order for people to get the cash, the organizations that we really care about, but they can do what they do best, and we can take care of the rest, like we always say, and to just get out there and find out more about it.
Amen. Well, to Debbie's point, $8 billion a year, $8 billion is donated to nonprofits. And the question is, how much of that do you want to benefit your nonprofit in the next year, 3 years, 10 years, lifetime? More and more people are donating real estate to nonprofits to get them funded. And it's through wonderful companies like Debbie's that is happening on a local basis. So thank you, Debbie, for being a part of our interview series. And for those of you who are watching, if you feel like your nonprofit can benefit in the northwest part of the country or anywhere in the country, we can help real estate agents, financial advisors, nonprofits, leaders, everyone come together and learn about how charitable gifting of real estate works. You can reach out to myself or Debbie to find out more, and we will see you on the next episode of the Real Agents of Change. Thank you.
Right. Thanks.